Alright folks, this is Zirk, and I won't be spoiling the game at all here. We will simply be talking about the mechanics of the shiny hunting, and we will be talking about things that we know to be facts and things that are very, very likely to be true. So what I also want to say is that some of this stuff is theoretical, but it is extremely likely to work this way. And we'll be testing this day one because I'm going to be streaming this game. I'll also be occasionally making videos about this game. And so we'll be testing this day one to see if this actually works because it's extremely likely to work. So if any of my subscribers find a shiny, which is extremely likely, or I happen to find the shiny, we're going to test this. But the testing is probably not really necessary because when we know certain mechanics to for sure be true, then we know how the game is going to probably work around those mechanics. And most likely when the game fully comes out and it's been out for a month or some odd amount of time, we're going to have a very, very refined shiny hunting method that is probably even better than this. And at that time, I'll talk about that on my channel as well. So first, let's come over here, and I typed up some information here. We know that the game only has one loading zone, and that loading zone is this town right here. So every time you leave this gate, there's going to be a loading zone, or go in this gate, there's going to be a loading zone. Next, we know that both players can see the same shiny Pokemon. We also know that if one player catches the shiny Pokemon, it's gone. And we know that you can turn off autosaves and manually save. And in Pokemon Legends, was most likely this is one of the theoretical things, is most likely a testing ground for the loading zone and how it's going to create seeds to whether or not you get a shiny Pokemon. We also know that you can invite up to 3 friends at one time. So we've also been told that the Pokemon will despawn, meaning that if you walk up to a Pokemon and you see that it's shiny and then you go really, really far away and then come back, it's likely that shiny is going to be gone, even if you don't reload the zone. We also have been told that if you save in front of a shiny and then reload your game, the shiny will still be there. And the last one is for later. So here's how it should work. Rather than all of you loading into the same world and looking for the same Pokemon in the same world to try to find a shiny, what should happen is if you're all shiny hunting for the same type of Pokemon, you should all be hunting in your own game by yourself. Then when you find a shiny, here's what you do. Every time you're about to start your hunt, you save right outside the zone. So you come out, you load the seed is loaded now, you save, then you come over to here where you know there's an outbreak of Pikachus because you're going for a shiny Pikachu for some reason. Now you finally find that shiny Pikachu and you're like, Cletus, I found a shiny Pikachu. And he's like, are you sure it's a shiny Pikachu? I mean, they look a lot like. He said, yeah, it's a shiny. Trust me, I know what a shiny Pikachu looks like. And so then you reload your save right here. And then you invite your friend. And instead of you going to catch it, your friend goes. And he's like, it is a shiny Pikachu. And he catches it. And then he saves. And then he leaves the game and goes back to his own world. And then you're going to reload your own save and then go catch the Pokemon yourself. You can also theoretically invite lots of your friends. So one friend comes and catches it, you reload. Then another friend comes and catches it, you reload. Then another friend comes and catches it, you reload. And another friend comes and catches it, reload. You're not going to want to do this method on a shiny you really, really want to keep. Day one, this is what you're going to want to test. It's very, very, very extremely likely going to work this way, but there's a chance it might not. That's why you need to test these things first. So if it's a really important shiny that you definitely have always wanted to keep, then just capture it. Save, get it, save again. If it's like, say, something like a shiny Graveler that you don't care much about it, then that's when you invite your friend. He comes and gets the Pokemon. Then you reload, and then you check to see if it's still there for you. Now, the next note is do the same thing as the last time in the outbreak. Now, that note I made because if this is a mass outbreak that you're checking, because we know that mass outbreaks will be in this game, And we know that they will most likely work the exact same way they work in Arceus, as far as the way the seed is created. Then, if you go and you have to capture or feint specific multiple Pikachus in order to make that new Pikachu spawn that's a shiny, then you're going to want to do the same thing every time. Meaning, if you captured 3 Pikachus and then a shiny showed up, you're going to want to capture 3 Pikachus and then make a shiny show up. You're going to want to remember what you did to get rid of the Pikachus to start new spawns and do the exact same thing every time you load the game. Excuse me here. I'm having coughing fits. Now, so here's another instance of shiny hunting. So let's say all of your friends here. Well, this is one thing that you're going to have to test actually first. And that's how far you can walk away from the Pokemon before it despawns. So what I mean here is, let's say you find a shiny, and it is a shiny you don't really care about that much. You save in front of the shiny, then you go all the way to the Pokestop, and then rather than inviting your friend right away, you go all the way back to there, and you see if the shiny is still there. If the shiny is still there, then you know it's safe to travel that distance away from the shiny and invite people so that more people can come and catch it. Let's create a theoretical situation here. You and your friends are out hunting, and you're not really specifically shiny hunting, and one of your friends happens to come across a shiny Pikachu, but you're not right next to each other. You happen to be over here. Well, your friend says, "I found the shiny Pikachu," and you do the whole thing where you sure, you know the whole thing. And when he's like, yeah, he convinces you that it's shiny, then you save your game right here. Actually, what am I thinking? That's probably a bad idea, because it's already been loaded into existence. It's still worth testing if it works this way. But to be safe, what you can do is mosey on over to that shiny. You save your game right in front of the shiny. Whoever the host is, I should say. Whoever the host is saves their game right in front of the shiny. And then someone other than the host captures the shiny. Then the host loads back in to their file, and the same shiny should be sitting there for them to capture. Now, all of this works on one thing that we're not 100% on, and that's if when you're here at this Pokestop and you're about to invite friends, does it create a unique instance every single time you invite your friend? Now, it's extremely unlikely that it would do that, because that would make it very long for the loading times unnecessarily. What is likely is that if you have a seed called 101, and then you invite your friends, all of your seeds will be on this exact, all your friends will be on this exact same seed. It is very unlikely that when you start inviting friends, every single time you invite a friend, it despawns the entire world and loads a new seed. That would be very inefficient. In all likelihood, if you're on seed 101 and you happen to find, one of your friends happens to find a shiny here, and then you come up to here and you join him, and you, as the host, save in front of that shiny, and then your friend catches it and you reload, you should be able to get that shiny yourself as well. Now, another thing that needs to be tested that we don't know about at the moment is if your friend loads in this shiny, right? Let's say your friend finds the shiny Pikachu and you happen to be over here, right here. Wow. So if you save here as soon as he sees the shiny, and then you reload your game, will this shiny despawn as if you walked away too far from it? Because there's currently no one holding that Pikachu in existence. This, unfortunately, is a 50-50. There's no real way to tell how they have this programmed in. So this is something that you're going to want to do at your own risk. So you save here, you tell your friend to catch the Pokemon, he catches it, then you reload the game, and on your own, you travel up to where he was and check if it's still there. If it is, then obviously, theoretically, you just make sure you don't approach that spot, go over to a Pokestop, invite all the rest of your friends to come and catch the same shiny. All right, so that covers most of my theories. I do have many more theories regarding how you can do these farming methods, but they're not as important at the moment to mess around with. Feel free to subscribe and be there with me day one when we're going to be testing this to confirm that it works this way. And if you want, go ahead and join my Discord as well. I'll go ahead and put a link for that. And I'm probably going to create a shiny hosting channel in my Discord where you can team up with other people who are wanting to find the same shinies as you, possibly, and share your shinies with this shiny hunting method if it does indeed work this way. Also, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and all those other things that people always ask you to do. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Let's cross our fingers and hope this works day one. It's extremely likely to work this way. Extremely, extremely likely. And I hope I did a good job of describing it. I think I did. So, thanks for watching, everyone. This is Xeric, and I'm out.